Hello, everybody. This is Daniel Wynn. Welcome to this video. I wanted to do a video to explain the results of the recent survey that we took to our customers and to the people on our email list. I've been building my email list for the last 10 years, and so I was kind of curious about what's going on during the middle of COVID and trying to figure out what we could do to help you as we hopefully are getting close to ending or the back end of COVID. And as we head into the fall and the winter and then into 2021, where hopefully we can start over and have much more success than we've had in 2020. We've had an interesting year. Our numbers are down a little bit from last year. No need, we don't panic. I mean, we're still helping customers. We still have a lot of customers that are doing good things, buying properties, flipping them. Our investors are still making good money as private lenders and lending money out. But I was kind of curious, and then since I got these results, I thought, well, what am I going to do with them? Let me share them with the rest of you. So it was pretty interesting. When I look at the 10 questions that we asked you, one of the first questions I asked was, what was the biggest challenge investing in real estate? And 76% of the people said lack of financing. So that's an interesting question, and some of the other questions kind of explain why it was 76%. But 76% said lack of financing. Well, financing did get a little bit tighter after the COVID. There's no doubt about it. But here we are in the end of September, and financing I find it still to be pretty liquid. We still are funding, although it is liquid, lenders have tightened their reins a little, so they want to have a little bit more lower loan to value or a little bit more security. But the interesting thing is that later when we do one of the other questions, that a lot of people that we surveyed, 80% of them said that they could find undervalued properties. So what that means is that people are finding undervalued properties, but they're not able to get them financed. Well, we have a program that we've been offering for the last couple of years, and maybe we don't tell enough people about it, where we can joint venture with people. Now, what that means is that we're able to fund deals that people can bring in, but they're not deals for everybody on any deal. They're pretty much, there's a box of deals we want to do. They're not on low-end properties, and they're not in certain types of properties. And I'll be able to share that with you. I'll put a link to share with you when I send this out for the different scenarios where we could joint venture with you. So when you do, also another thing is, so we offer joint venture opportunities, but if you can find undervalued deals and you're saying that there's a lack of financing available, then you need to partner with somebody that has to help you with the down payment or qualifies for the loans because they have better credit, because there's still a lot of financing options available. So question number 2 was, how many years have people been investing in real estate? And this went anywhere from 0 years to 40 years. And as you can see here, we got 10 years and 20 years. And one of the other questions I asked was, what percentage of the people, or how many people had money that they can use self-directed IRAs or 401ks? Now, I don't know about you, but if you haven't figured this out yet, if you have a Roth IRA or a regular IRA or a self-directed 401k, this is really one of the greatest investments for real estate investors. Because with the money that you make inside a Roth IRA, let's say that you can flip a property and make $50,000. With a Roth IRA, that $50,000 goes into your Roth IRA. You do not pay any taxes on it. And when you pull that money out in the future, when you're at retirement age or eligibility, you're able to not pay taxes on it then. So for those of you that don't know about this, I would say go to YouTube and start watching videos. And if you don't have a Roth IRA, there's no better time to get started than today. How much capital do people have to invest in real estate and notes was one of the questions. And we have here a lot of people, or 20% of the people answered under 5,000, 33% answered between 5 and 25,000, 33% responded between 25 and 100, and 13% responded over 100. So people have money to invest in their real estate investing, and no matter what number you have, if you're creative enough, you can grow that number. if I go back to what we were just talking about with the Roth IRA, I have some Roth IRA investments that I've done this year where I've only put in $5,000 or $10,000. But because I was able to get a private money loan with that money, I was able to double or triple my initial investment. So in other words, I put in $10,000 and I did a real estate investment deal where I used private money and I was able to get $20,000 to $25,000 return. That's 100 to 150% return on my investment. And that's why I'm saying, even if you only have $5,000, if you put that inside of your Roth IRA and learn how to leverage it, you can make some awesome, awesome returns. So what is the main goal for investing was one of my questions. 25% of the people said cash flow. And I can understand. I mean, if you think about business, no matter what business you're in, you have to have cash flow, or you must desire to have cash flow, and you want to have cash flow, because with cash flow, that's how you pay the bills. That's how you're able to get into other deals. I see a lot of investors that don't have steady cash flow, and they struggle. They get involved in a transaction, they overestimate the expenses, they get caught with not having enough money, and then they come back to us sometimes saying they need to borrow more money because they ran out of money. So cash flow in any business is vital. And I think that should always be something that you focus on. And I'm going to talk about a possible idea that you can do to increase your cash flow at the end of this webinar. So 35% of the people said that they want to buy and flip. 25% of the people said, 23.5% of the people said they were doing this for financial security. And 17% said they wanted to build up equity for long-term wealth growth and preservation. This was a pretty cool one. Out of all the people that answered, 80% of the people said that they could find underpriced properties. That is a great skill. And for any of you people that can find underpriced properties, all you need to do is marry that underpriced property with the money, whether that's your money, a partner's money, whether you wholesale the deal. And then you can, once you learn how to do that, you could create the cash flow that you're looking for. So 80% of the people are already out there. They know how to find the properties. And if you know how to find those properties, consider sending some of them our way, and we may be able to do those together in a joint venture. At the question number 7 was, are you looking for other ways to earn monthly income? So 94% of the people said yes. So I created a training program 25 years ago called How to Become a Successful Mortgage Consultant. That program helped a lot of people make a lot of money. We literally made millions of dollars in commissions in the years that followed after I created that program. A couple of years ago, I updated the program. And then recently, in the last 90 days, I totally scrapped what we had built in the past and what we've been selling as a training program over the last 20 years. And I created a brand new Loan Broker Mastery program, which I'll be sharing in upcoming videos with you. But in that Loan Broker Mastery program, it basically shows you that if you can broker commercial loans or real estate loans, and if you want to commercial them, it's an excellent way to make cash flow. I've been brokering loans for 3 decades. It's a long time. I've had months where I've made zero income, and I've had so many months where I've made 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and $100,000 worth of income just brokering loans. And let me tell you, I flipped houses for a living in the past, and I currently am involved in real estate investing and buying and selling properties. Doing a loan is a lot easier than flipping a property and a lot less risky. So one of the things you might want to consider as a way to increase your monthly income is to get involved in loan brokering. Here's another question. Do you have any real estate training that you wanted to share with us? And many people said no. One person said Wade Phillips. I had the Wade Phillips training a long time ago. And then the last, one of the last questions was, do you prefer active investing versus passive investing? And most people said active. Active to me means that you like buying, fixing up and selling, or buying and selling. And passive means that you just want to be the lender or the person that puts up the money investor. So I got about 80% of the people said they wanted to be active, and about 20% of the people said they wanted to be passive. And last but not least, I asked, how can we best help you with your financial goals? How could we, Private Lending Group, Daniel Wynn, help you with your financial goals? Here's some of the answers. I would like money for rehab projects, seeking financing, seeking a refinance. They want to refinance an existing property. Well, give us a call. Educate audience about the benefits of real estate investment and how to avoid risks. Recommend hard money lenders. We'd like to think we could be one of those options for you. Someone told me they have $100,000 to invest. Help me find projects with help financing. So here's the bottom line. Thank you so much for answering this survey. I'm going to send out the survey again. If you didn't take the survey and you want to add to this, or you want to add something that you learned from me sharing this with you. But the bottom line is that Private Lending Group is here as a private lending company and broker. We've been brokering loans for over 3 decades. I invest my own money and I invest the money of my other financial partners. Last year, we did over 24 properties that we bought and sold, and some of them were with partners. Some of them, maybe you even answered this survey, some of the people that we already know. And those transactions were great. I don't get involved in a lot of rehab projects, but I like to buy and sell. So for those people that said that they can find undervalued properties, we should definitely be talking about doing some deals together in the future. We would like to introduce to you our private lending mortgage broker training program in the weeks ahead, and maybe we can work together at brokering some loans so you can start increasing your cash flow. I know that if you make a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 commission once or twice a month, it could probably change your life. It definitely changed my life many, many years ago, and I'm so grateful that I still broker loans as my main business, because sometimes we have some really good months and sometimes we have some great months, and maybe I can share with you how I've done that over the past 3 decades. Hope you enjoyed this survey. I hope you enjoyed me interpreting the survey and me giving you, sharing with you what I learned over the survey, and hopefully we can do some business in the near future.